Second. All right, we'll do this in a very low voice today. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Norman. That was absolutely beautiful and a wonderful memory and message that we are welcome here this morning. Our soul is welcome here, our bodies, our hearts, our minds. And so we just begin the service with welcome. Thank you for being here today with us at CCL. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for taking the space in your life. Thank you for loving yourself and loving your soul, your God, your love, your life. And so we just say, welcome, thank you for being here. And I want to introduce Reverend Marlene Wolper, who is now our service minister, to take over and continue this process of welcoming you this morning.
Good morning, CCL, and welcome. I'm very glad that you are all here. We are a heart-centered spiritual community, and we welcome you in love. And so if you have any issues, any challenges, anything that's on your heart, you can let it go while you're here. We have practitioners around the Zoom that pray for us during the service. And if you'd like to take those back with you at the end, you are welcome to do that, or you can just leave them all here and we will pray for them. We have this week we have our second practitioner, which is Regina D. Barberi, and she will be posting all our prayers for the week that go out to the practitioners. And the practitioners and the ministers pray all week over any of the prayers that come in. And she is also our third practitioner this week. And our pastoral support, who is handling our chat and all the behind the scenes, is the wonderful Wayne Marshall. And we are grateful that he stepped up for today. And our first practitioner is Kathy Miller. And I am going to welcome Kathy Miller to do our opening invocation.
Thank you, Reverend Marlene. Thank you, Reverend Catherine, and all the practitioners throughout the Zoom room and everyone. Hi, CCL. Good morning. Let's just take a deep breath and center into this very moment. For those of us here on the East Coast, we have the beautiful rain just coming down and cleansing us. Just a gift from the universal flow. It is just so perfect to just wash away the old, wash away that which is no longer needed, because all we have is this now moment, this moment of grace, this moment of enlightenment, as we are joined together by all of these beautiful souls that make up CCL, this Sangha of love, this community of caring. I am so grateful to the one, to the magnificent beauty of Mother, Father, God, who is with us at every moment, who is us, who is the one, who is just giving us this I am moment. Feel this presence, feel the gloriness, the glory of this magnificent, marvelous, omnipresent force, this field of love that we are swimming in. It is truly amazing. God, I am amazed by you. I am amazed by this power, by this life that breathes us, that is us. It is so joyful, so light, so airy, this now moment. And I give thanks and praise to each and every person who is here, all the people behind the scenes who have stepped up to make this possible, to make this gathering, this virtual gathering, where our hearts are together as one, as this one body, living this now moment. The beautiful music of Norman Taylor, which I can still hear from Thursday. So sometimes the past does resonate, but here it is right here, right now. We are so blessed to hear this beautiful vibration. For the practitioners around the room, and again, for each and every person here, I give thanks to the one. And let us begin. Let us feel the love. Let us hear the words. Let us listen with open hearts. And so it is.
And so it is. And Norman will bless us with another beautiful song. Norman, you're muted.
There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mute myself. Someone muted me. So this is a song I really love a lot. It's called Fly Away. If I tell you, would you promise not to tell? I got a secret and I kept it well. Would not believe it, but I swear it's not a lie. I close my eyes and then I start to fly. Fly away, fly away. Close my eyes and I just fly away. Fly away, fly away. Close my eyes and I just fly away. There's a magic that I fly to when I'm down. Thoughts of pure love are all around. I'll take you with me if you really want to fly. Just close your eyes and think that you can fly. Fly away, fly away. Close my eyes and I just fly away. Believe me, fly away, fly away. Close my eyes and I just fly away. Fly away, fly away. Close my eyes and I just fly away.
Thank you, Norman. Beautiful song, beautiful song. And now I would like to welcome our first practitioner, Kathy Miller, to do our inspirational reading and affirmation this morning.
Awesome. Thank you. Hello again. So good morning. Good morning. Today's reading is from the Radiance Sutras. This is translated from Sanskrit by Lauren Roach. And today is Sutra 103. It's always the same. Barbarians and blockheads, rival queens and kings. The drama rolls on and on. When people honor you, you are supposed to feel honored. When you don't get respect, they expect you to sulk in indignation. 1 minute you're cruising on a throne in the sky. The next you are standing on some bleak patch of dirt. I say, the sun regards all with a steady eye. The force sustaining earth and sky calls everyone to awaken from this trance. The whole world revolves around an axis, and I am that. When you are friends with the friend to all beings, nothing is the same. Rich beyond measure, abundant beyond counting. You can move through this life laughing. Opinions of others have no rulership over you. And so it is. Let's breathe into that for a moment. So let's do the affirmation. And how about a call and response? So it's in your chat. So if you can unmute yourself, and I'll say I'll say a sentence, and if you repeat it after me, that would be wonderful. We'll sound a little cacophony, but it's okay. So, I am the presence of good in this life.
I am the presence of good in this life.
I am sourced in love and one in God.
I am sourced in love and one in God.
I know truth, and it flows easily from my centered wholeness.
I know the truth, and it flows easily from my centered wholeness.
My words and actions are aligned with my good.
My words and actions are aligned with my good.
I am relaxed, calm, confident.
I am relaxed, calm, confident.
I am kind, compassionate, and honoring of myself and others.
I
I
am
am
kind,
kind, compassionate, and honoring of myself and others.
And that's for me. You sound wonderful, CCL. And so it is.
Mm.
So it is.
Thank you, Kathy.
And so it is. So if everyone will just mute themselves again, and Norman, you're up.
You say you wanna get over. What are you gonna do? Watch the world go by in a corner of the room. I know it's none of my business, but there's something I need to say. If you could see you the way I see you, you'll start shining on your own. Step aside and let your light shine. Let your love grow. There's a short ride down that long road. When the rain comes and the wind blows, let your light shine wherever you go. This world is ready and waiting for you to step on through. It's time to recognize, realize you're the only one like you. So step on up, step into your greatness. Don't be ashamed. There's a place that you will rise up to. No one else can do what you do. Step aside and let your light shine. Let your love grow. Let the short ride down that long road. When the wind comes and the rain blows, let your light shine wherever you go. Let your light shine. Let the wind blow. The rain comes and the wind blows. Let your light shine wherever you go. It's a short ride down that long road. Let your light shine.
Thank you, Norman. Beautiful original by Norman Taylor. And now I would like to welcome Reverend Katherine to do our message this Sunday.
Thank you, everyone. I think we, just to clear that up, that was, I believe, Kebmo, a song that Norman Taylor was singing for us. And I believe his original work will be at the end of the sermon. We did a little switcheroo and surprised ourselves. So there we go. So anyway, good morning. All is in divine right action at all times. And I was appreciating deeply every word that has been spoken here this morning. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who is here in service. even when we knowingly know that our service is being here, being alive, being in the practice of coming together, being in community. It is not always that we come and offer something that we can see as in service, but we must all acknowledge ourselves for being here in service at all times and in all ways as we show up in life. And what we're in service to is really what is an interesting thing to start this conversation off with this morning. So I would like to talk to you this morning about the generosity of this congregation and of all of you, the generous spirit, the loving hearts, all that is coming forward right now. Talk to you about it a little bit in the newsletter this week if you saw it, but if you didn't, just know that really the conversation that we're having within this congregation right now is powerful and strong and palpable. And as my mentor, Reverend Michael Beckwith from Agape in LA would say, something wonderful is happening here. And so I just take this moment with you this morning and just smile deeply into that space, knowing whatever else is going on, you are at the center of something wonderful is happening here. And that is true of you always, not just here in this moment, but always in the center of who you are, who we are together, and how we stand together this morning. And so I just invite you to allow that to filter in. All of these prayers are simply words about each of us individually present and alive, who we are being. And as we come together, the opportunity for us is to take some big steps into our own sovereignty and into equanimity, so that we can carry this powerful consciousness that we gather together on Sundays, that we bring all of this beautiful consciousness, we bring all of these people together who are here to share in the beauty of an evolutionary consciousness, a consciousness that does not need simply a here and now, a consciousness that lives within you, that is alive always, and that brings you to a here and now with sovereignty and with equanimity. You know, on our journeys, we have plenty of opportunities to make many, many choices about which direction we're going to go, what's going to happen, or where we're going to come from. And the point of this talk this morning is I want you to feel the empowerment of yourself being alive. When we say these affirmations, when we claim the truth of who we are actually taking a step into our wholeness and our equanimity. We are gathering ourselves to remember how glorious and magnificent we are. One of my favorite prayers of all time is, dear God, please help us remember how magnificent we truly are. And so with that, we allow each of us to just center in that consciousness and remember the power that you feel, the enjoyment of that essential expression of the whole self that you truly are. And notice also that you will get pulled and tugged away from that essential awareness of yourself, that things will come in and they will say, tease. Don't you want to look at it this way? Isn't there some joy? Isn't there some enjoyment in having some, I don't know, maybe a little ego play and making fun of something or tearing something down or something that's just appealing to us. And it's strange that it happens. And when we're not in that place, we wonder what on earth would make us think that was enjoyable. But yet when we are in that place, we find it enjoyable. We find ourselves having conversations where we're sort of picking things apart and picking people apart and taking ourselves into a place where suddenly our heart doesn't feel quite so full and quite so open. We don't really even know why we're doing it, but there is an actual physical, we've talked about it before, reason for this is because sometimes it feels good to get a shot of adrenaline. It's like, yay, that feels good. I'm going to feel good when I have a little bit of power over something. And instead of that, what we're going to ask is, really, is that really what we want? Or do we want to have a sense of equanimity? Do we want things to come in and just say, I breathe with what this is. And I wonder how this is for me. What do I want with this? And the most important thing that we talk about is, how do we have sovereignty? How do we have a sense that we know what's true, what's good, what's right, what's wrong? I remember coming through this process of life, right? In your 20s, some of you may have these experiences, some of you may not, but I certainly did, where your foundation starts to get super shaky because it no longer belongs to your tribe, which we would refer to as your earlier religious upbringing, or possibly your parental upbringing, or even maybe you gave it away to your friends as a teenager. And now you're just sort of lost. You're like, wait, who am I in all this? And what am I? And what do I stand for? And what are my values? And you don't really even know that you've given them up, but suddenly you're just not yourself anymore. And we look and we look and we look. And, you know, if I'm saying you or anything, I'm also including me in this, because I remember this distinctly, a feeling of this space of aloneness and loneliness within me when I couldn't find the truth of who I was. I was finding other people's truths and I kept trying to fit into them. And it was like, you know, remind me of that little book, Are You My Mother? I don't know if any of you remember it when you were little. And this little bird is just like walking up to steam shovels and trees and all sorts of, are you my mother? Are you my mother? So that just flowed in as an image to me of all of us walking through the world in these times where we've not defined ourselves. And then we suddenly feel like, oh my goodness, I don't know who I am. I can't center myself. So right now, I'm going to have to tell the truth on myself and realize that my computer is not plugged in. And I do not want to lose you. So I'm going to take one moment to grab my computer cord and get settled. And I'm so sorry for having to do this in the middle of our time together. But I do want to show you that it is possible to stay alive in a mistake and to have a moment where you really would prefer things to be going differently, but they're not. So here we go. Just give me 1 second.
Everything is in divine right order.
As I reconnect so I can stay connected. So again, like all of us, we step in. The sound of my computer. Thank you, June, for your love. So the whole point of this is that we're human and we're dealing with human things all day long, and ideas and thoughts and things that are happening in our world. And there is so much happening. How do we remember to plug our computer in, to plug our phone in, to stay alive to all these things? Because people want to reach us all the time now. They have a right to at this point, right? So it's so hard for us to constantly remember to keep everything plugged in, including ourselves. So let's remember that, right? And so what do we do? What do we do about this? So we've talked about all of the games of the egos and kings and queens and jockeying for power and how can I have just what I'm supposed to have and how can I feel exalted and oh my God, I feel like I'm lying in the dirt face down. That has happened to me. I'm sure maybe many of you have also had those moments. And then as we start to find ourselves, if we start to look around the world and we compare ourselves to things and no, that doesn't feel right. Do we take the time to keep pursuing what it is within us that feels right? Empower ourselves and know that we choose, each and every one of us individually, no matter what is happening around us, we choose. And so for a while, what happens is we choose a friend and we go with their truth. And then we're like, that doesn't work for me. Or we choose a new parent because some elder is really wonderful to us. Or we choose a teacher, or we choose a religion, or we choose something because for us, it's too scary to just be out here sovereign, knowing the truth for ourselves. But what's true is we are such individual beings of light, and all these facets of who we are center into this one place that is the truth of who we all are, which is the love that we are here to emanate, which is the power and strength that comes from our true alignment of knowing the truth for ourselves, of comparing that to what is going on in the world and asking ourselves, is that me? Do I act like this? Do I function like this? Is this the way that I want to be in this world? Would I talk like that? Is that what I would like to do in this situation? I sometimes find myself next to someone saying something and thinking, I don't think this is me. I don't think I would do it that way. Even though I love them and I care about them, I just wouldn't do it that way. So how do I honor myself? How do I learn to trust myself? How do I learn to know that actually what's true for me is true for me, and I need to honor it? Where do I go to find that information? And sometimes there's a song just popped into my head. Maybe some of you remember, looking for love in all the wrong places. I think some of us do that. I know I have. Maybe in another person or even in our own children, something that's going to make us feel like we're really here and we're really loved. And then I came across this statement from the Buddha, which I'll ask you to really consider. Because this is a powerful statement from a consciousness that we know has existed for so long that we allow ourselves to wonder about the things that are said through this consciousness and how true they could be for us. And this consciousness says, from the Buddha, believe nothing. No matter where you have read it, no matter who has said it, even if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense. When we are not fully landed in ourselves, a statement like that can be fully scary. Well, then, what do I believe? Where do I land? If I can't even believe the words of the Buddha, how do I find this out? We go within. We go within, we create space. We do things like this, where we listen and we go, is that me? Is that me? Do I find my heart when I hear the song, You Are Welcome Here? When I hear a song about my light, do I find myself expanding into the space and saying, yes, I remember that actually is me. That is who I am. Versus all these things that maybe I've become attached to, all the places that I want to maybe have something so that I'll feel more like the exalted kings and queens rather than lying face down in the dirt. Because when I'm lying face down in the dirt, it is so easy to forget who I am. But indeed, we're from the earth. And if we can lay in the dirt, if we can lay face down, if we can breathe from that place, and if we can let ourselves take the moment it takes to stop the forward anxious movement and allow the present moment to land. Indwelling you, indwelling all of us. That is all we are looking for. When we wake up in a space lying face down on the ground and we have no rudder, if we have not been doing our spiritual practices, we have no rudder, we don't know how to dig in. So we must breathe first. That is our first food, our first food. Can you believe it? This thing we do so naturally, in, out, we never think about it. But when we give it a little attention, it tells us who we are. So your breath is actually your first practice. As children, when we cut the umbilical cord from the parent and we breathe, we allow ourselves to come into our own incarnation. We come into our own self. We come into our own joy and our own love and our own life. And from this life, we begin in that moment to sort, who am I? In the beginning, we are full and fueled in consciousness. We are loving and open and awake and alive. And we become these beings that are always comparing ourselves and finding ourselves and becoming solid and strong. And we grow through life and we grow through other identification. And we finally come to a place where we are evolving into a truth that is unshakable. That when someone says something that is not us, when someone is giving us something that is not us, if our world is reflecting actions that are not us, if there are people who are saying things about us that are not true for us in America today, if things are not you, know that about yourself, know that fully, and use yourself to find your moments of empowerment. Speak your truth. Not, it can be in your home, it can be in your church, it can be in your household, it can be with your friends, it can be in your country, and it can be in this world. What is your empowerment? What is the word? What is the words within you that says, I say yes to this. I say yes to this. And sometimes I must say no to this. In our world today, so many choices, but we do not give up our yes when we say no. Our yes is the most powerful direction of our consciousness. Our yes is our breath. Our yes is our beingness. Our yes is the one mind and the source of all. When we go inside, if we cannot find ourselves, we will be lost for some time. And all of us may have walked this path. We call it the dark night of the soul. One of my teachers, his name has slipped out of my mind for the moment, it will come back, says there's no such thing as the dark night of the soul. It's the dark night of the ego dying to the truth of who you are. The ego dies in painful, screeching ways. I sometimes see in my mind the picture, and many of you hopefully have this image of the Wicked Witch of the West when the water is being poured. And that is exactly what our ego feels like when we want to hold on to something so tightly and be right about something so much. And it's just painful. It hurts to let it go. But the good news is it's growth. It's expansion. That's what happens when you break through. Is it's like, owie, owie, owie. My heart is full. My heart is open. My life is full of love. I am it. I speak this. I know this. I just exude it. I am it. Each and every one of us. No one is left out. No one is left out. We just get lost sometimes. So how do we be? We be with the truth that we are, and we remind people that really the place we want to be is in love with each other, is in passion and compassion, in kindness and care. That feels so much better than a jolt of adrenaline for being right, for jumping on a bandwagon, for throwing ourselves into a mindset that at least we feel protected. Our survival instincts are old. We want to grow. This is an evolutionary community. This is a place where you get to walk with God. You get to walk with yourself. You get to walk with one, all beings. You do not need the kind of courage that you need from survival because it is within you. Each and every one of us is connected through the wholeness to the strength of all of our beingness. We are one. We are one. So everything that is happening outside us is happening within us. We take responsibility, we step into our empowerment, and we say yes to the loving that we are, to the truth that we are, to the power that we are, to the kindness, to the care, because that is the most delicious, juicy place, most delicious place to be as a human being in your holy, loving consciousness. And what we need to get there is our practice. And we started by practice. Practice is about breath. Yes, let's all do that. Let's all do our breath. Let's all speak deeply into our knowing that our breath brings us present. And in that presence, we have knowing. And in that knowing, we have power. What else do we do? You know, Muslims pray 5 times a day, down on their knees, supplication to the empowerment of what it is to know God. Right? We have many religions the world over who choose different kinds of practices. And it's actually in their religion that they must follow those practices because you know why? Because we lose our way when we don't practice. Yeah, well, we can breathe, but we can breathe, right? We can breathe like that and really encourage our systems to go crazy, or we can breathe like this. And we can gather in community and we can gather like this, or we can gather like this. We can go quietly into our center and we can meditate. We can look in each other's eyes and soul gaze in the opportunity of remembering our oneness with each other in this moment. As I look around this room, whoever of you are on camera, I can see you and I feel you and I love you in the deepest place in my heart. This is your spiritual practice. This is where your knowing comes from. This is where your equanimity, your ability to hold space when people, what is that? When all about me is mad. But you don't need to be mad because you aren't. You are holy, you are strong, you are sacred, and you are always where you are with divine purpose. Everywhere you are with divine purpose. And so we commit to our practice. And one of the ways that I am going to commit to my practice, and I will tell you about it today, and it is in response to one of our parishioners, and maybe not just one, who have come forward and said they want more community, they want more connection. We're not able to meet every week, and how are we going to do this? So what I'm going to do for now, and hopefully this will work for some of you, and we'll be able to connect a little bit more. It'll still be online, but every day from Tuesday to Friday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, at 12 noon Eastern time, we're going to gather if we want to. We're going to gather into a place online together live, where we're going to say hello, we're going to connect, we're going to pray, we're going to meditate, and then we'll pop off and go back and do everything else that we needed to do. But we're going to remember to come from who we are, to touch each other in this deep way as a community. We need each other to remind each other. It's not easy to be in this world thinking that we're alone, or something happens and it breaks our heart in a moment and we just want to rail against life. And how could this be? We want to gather all the children in our arms and keep them safe. Who do we talk to about this? Let's come and talk to each other every day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll come together live to speak to each other, to love each other, to pray together, to meditate together. There will be a link in the chat somewhere at some point that will tell you how to do that. We'll repeat it in the bulletin. You'll get notices about it. You do not have to remember it now, but you can write it down if you want. We love you. This is a ministerial group, a practitioner group, a group of souls who have gathered together to love this world from heaven, to bring heaven to earth. And so I would really love to share something with you. There's the words of Thich Nhat Hanh that really warm me in a moment when I'm really feeling unconnected, disconnected, or untethered, of really feeling out of sync. If there is peace, it is done. If there is not peace, it is not done. And so we just allow ourselves to stay on the journey if there is not peace, to allow yourself to keep going, to keep trying to remember who you are until the peace and the joy and the love come through us. And so I offer you these words from Hafiz, one of my all-time favorite poets. As we go through this today, remember that we are an evolutionary community. We are fully invested in the realization of God, of love, of consciousness on this planet through who we are being each day. Gandhi would be proud of us. My life is my message, he would say. He still repeats this in our ears and in our hearts. We are the love we have been waiting for. And so come together, join us together every day at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. And here we go into this poem. Sometimes I forget that I was created for joy. My mind is too busy. My heart is too heavy for me to remember that I have been called to a dance, the sacred dance of life. I was created to smile, to love, to be lifted up, and to lift others up. Oh, sacred one, untangle my feet from all that ensnares. Free my soul that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious. Let us pray Let us pray. In this moment, we hold this consciousness so fully. We are here in love. We are here in joy. We are here in kindness and compassion. And we pray that our prayer will be received and contagious to the assembled multitude of humanity. That we know there is one power, one life, one love, one, and only one love. And this is the power that we have. This is the superpower that we own today, right now, here in this prayer. We know that within ourselves, as we open to the availability of consciousness, that we become it. When we lay aside our fear, when we lay aside our smallness, our insignificance, our bloated nothingness, these are all words of other people. When we lay aside the part that's holding on, that doesn't want to melt into the most incredible life that is possible, when we lay it aside, we breathe deeply and release. We forgive all that has gone before. We release everyone. We release ourselves. We release life. We release America. We release our leaders. We release everybody, knowing that we are the place of sovereignty and we choose, that we are the source of our own experience, our own life. And right here and now, we hold in prayer a vision for this whole, healed and perfect world come into alignment. We see the vision of the end of what we have in mind. We allow the process to fall away and we just see the dance of humanity rejoicing with one another in the glorious peace and joy that is our birthright. May we dance, dance, dance. And as we watch this dance, care for ourselves and each other with kindness, compassion, with passion and power and strength. And when we must say no to that which shall not be in our midst, we say no as we continue to encircle with love. We set aside so that they might not hurt, harm, or endanger anybody, but we know that they cannot do such to our souls. All of our teachers are present here with us today, knowing that in this divine space, it is all love. We are so incredibly, deeply grateful for these moments of awareness, for this power that flows through us, for this life that is us, that we know that there is nothing unlike this beauty. And as we hold this vision, we create the world that we see. We see a world of kindness, of care, of compassion, of love, of creativity, of power and empowerment, of people who stand gently, kindly, and with strength in a knowing that those that they stand with and those that they stand next to are all one. We breathe this in today, blessing each member of this congregation, knowing that whatever anyone is going through, the truth of who they are is whole, healed, abundant, grateful, kind, compassionate. We know that each and every person in this world, each and every being is due honor, care, love, kindness. And each and every one of us deserves our own stewardship in our own lives. Care for yourself, care for each other, care for God. Let nothing come between you and this beautiful knowing. And from this place of gratitude, of knowing, of wholeness, of peace, power, abundance, health, joy, freedom, and love, we say, and so it is. Amen.
All right, so a couple things. when we were talking about that commitment to spiritual practice, I was reminded of something I saw 2 weeks ago. It was a truck driver who was pulled over, and he had his prayer rug out on Route 295, and I was blown away by that. This man was on his knees on a major highway in New Jersey, praying with that devotion and that space of faith. It just brought chills to me just thinking about that when it was mentioned earlier. So I'm going to do one of my songs. This is the original. The other one was a Kev Mo song called "Let Your Light Shine." This is called.
Excuse me, Norm. We can hardly hear you, dear.
Can you? Okay, hold on. Let me. Sorry.
And you're saying such beautiful things.
Yeah, can you hear me a little better now? Can you hear me better now? Yes. Okay. Sorry. So I guess you heard about the prayer rug. So what I wanted to say is about my song, Making It Better. It's interesting how things pop up, and it's just beautiful the way it's connected with God. So I wrote this song around the time of the first March for Our Lives, right? The very first one. And I was just, I'm a school teacher, so there's a lot of emotion that comes up around this for me, obviously. And especially since I'm a school teacher without children of my own. So those are my children. And when I saw those kids, the first March for Our Lives, standing up and claiming their power and claiming their lives, it just blew me away. So I wrote this song called Making It Better. So here it goes. Promise of a new day. Things are going our way. Joy and laughter all around. It's a loud sound. See the people rising. See the children smiling. Standing up for us right. Putting up with the fight. We're coming together, making it better for us all. In the streets marching, there's a movement starting. Love and kindness is the theme. Living up to our dreams. Working by the hour. Speaking truth to power. Striving for a better land. That's the master plan. We're coming together, making it better for us all. Consciousness rising, waking and mindful. Faith and healing, praying, believing. This is the better way. Consciousness rising, waking and mindful. promise of a new day. Things are going our way. Joy and laughter all around. That's God's hand. We're coming together, making it better. We're coming together, making it better. We're coming together, making it better for us all.
Have a little space in this. Norman, thank you so much. That's such a beautiful, beautiful song. And we thought we were going to maybe do that music the other way around, but I think you chose exactly the way that was going to happen beautifully in your heart. So thank you. I want to mention, also that when Norman spoke of the synchronicity of this yesterday, as many of you may know, but many of you may not know, was also the anniversary of that first event. And people were out on the streets in America, kids saying enough, enough, we must say no. And that's just, part of the message this morning is we must stand up and we must say no when things are not. And we must know within ourselves and speak those words. So if you haven't seen any of this powerful movement for children on their own behalf, check it out. It's incredible what was going on yesterday all over this country. And for the fact that Norman came up with that song and then later realized the alignment of that song with this day and that day for himself, having written it on the first time that March happened. So Norman, thank you for your consciousness and for all of that came forward through you this week, really. And I was very touched by your words that the children were your children. And yes, indeed, they are all our children. We sometimes might forget that, but you do not. Would you like to say something more about that?
They're so connected to me. They keep me in the present, that's for sure. And they check me all the time, and I love it about them. And I just am really blessed. And like you said, this was the anniversary. It was going on all over yesterday. If you got a chance to see some of the marches, there was some in Philadelphia as well, and as well as DC. One of my students actually went down to DC, believe to speak, one of the kids from my high school. So that was really beautiful. And he's really active and really connected to the movement. So they're teaching us that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Definitely.
Somebody said, poor is the teacher whose student does not surpass them. So.
Yes. And as parents, those of us who are parents want the same thing. Please let our children surpass. Let all the children surpass us in what our limited ability to see brought us forward that did in this generation. And so I'd just like to take this moment to say to this congregation with deep love that this is the moment of our offering. This is the moment where we speak into the world, part of our commitment to this community and to this love, to the power and the strength of what we are doing here, and to the fact that this is not a frivolous aside thing we do once a week on Sunday morning. This is our life. And so we invite today a strong statement from each and every one of you, from your heart, from your soul, in your tithe, in your gift that you offer. We know we ask a lot, and we are certainly here in desire to be giving and fully knowing as much as we are receiving from each and every one of you. We invite today for you to be inspired to the mission of evolution, of walking our talk, of being the love, of carrying this message louder, fuller, stronger out into the world. We cannot do it without you. We love you. We want you here. We want all of you here. We want your time, your talents, your tithe, your commitment, your love, and we will return it tenfold, and so will the universe. And so this morning we bless this time of offering and just invite the knowing of your true, deep, and holy abundance. We know that you are the font of life. You are the center and the opening to the source of all. That your steps in this community matter, that each and every one of you make a difference, and that each and every one of those of us in the leadership of this community appreciate deeply that we are here to serve this community, this town, this country, this world, this universe. We are here to be of service, and we do so with your collaborative support and love. And so we take this moment now to just breathe into this space of pure, abundant consciousness, knowing, and we say together, thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive. And so it is. Thank you, Norman.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Norman, for all your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music today. And thank you, Reverend Catherine, for that heartwarming, touching, engaging message. And so this is the time in our service when we do the blessing of visitors and new friends. So if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I will do call and response. So if you all will say with me, welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
We are a heart-centered spiritual community.
We are heart-centered
spiritual community.
And we open ourselves to you in love.
We open ourselves to you in love.
We recognize the perfection of God within you.
We recognize the perfection of God within you.
We celebrate the joyous being that you are.
We celebrate the joyous being that you are.
You are a radiant point of light.
You are a radiant point of light.
And we are blessed by your presence.
We are blessed by your presence.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Marlene, for leading us in that. I will we're going to start with our announcements. We have a couple of announcements that I'm going to do, and then Reverend Marlene's going to take us along because we have so much happening and we are so delighted to have so much happening. So again, if anyone is interested in connecting with me one-on-one, anything in the service piques your interest or startles you and you want to chat about it, feel free to reach out, please, through the office. And you will see this in every Tuesday's newsletter. There's all the links that you need to do this, but it's just through the Center for Conscious Living at gmail.com. So you can reach out anytime to reach me. I'm back and forth, as you know. I will be back in person in New Jersey on the 8th of July till the 20th. So I look forward to being with you, but please know I am with you. I'm with you every day. You are in my hearts and hearts. You are my hearts, maybe. And we are announcing today, I'm announcing today, this new live midday meditation. So noon, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll be hosting a 20-minute midday meditation and prayer, the purpose of which is to actually start by connecting, talking with each other, and then getting ourselves into prayer and meditation. Have a few moments for a quick midday break. It's sort of like pulling out your mat, but not nearly as vulnerable, on the side of a freeway, and just blessing yourself, your day, and all people in your life. So if that appeals to you, please come anytime. I will always be there on those days, and you just can click the link and make that happen. Also, so we're on Zoom next week, but also just to remind you, or to let you know, there's been a lot of requests for us to continue our Zoom link while we're in an in-person service, so that people who can't make it actually can still have a community experience. So we are going back to doing that. That is a logistical challenge for us. So please bear with us as we do. Our ideal, and if you could hold this vision for us, is to be back on Zoom and YouTube on the 26th. So whoever loves whatever gets whatever you love. So you have 3 choices on in-person days. And we just want you to know we're responding to what we're hearing. So if you're thinking that we're not listening, we are listening. And if you are hesitating to share anything with us, please don't. Because when we hear something, we are acting on it as quickly and as with as much love and care as we can for all the people involved. And that includes you. So please bring your care, your love, your hearts. Sit across from us, tell us what's heavy or what's light. And don't forget to let us know what parts you love too. We love you deeply, and I will turn this over to Reverend Marlene, who has lots of other good, cool things to tell you, and congratulate you all on for your consciousness and community efforts. Mwah. Thank you, Reverend Marlene.
Thank you, Reverend Catherine. And so on the 21st of this month, we are starting a new class. I'm not sure you can see the book. Can you see it? There you go. Emerson's Essays. This is a 4-week class from 7 to 9 on Tuesday evenings. It is part of the Roots curriculum, which we have divided into 3 pieces, and we're offering each piece separately, so that those that are interested in practitioner training can take it, as well as anyone else that is interested in that particular part of New Thought history. So if you've ever read Emerson, have a love for Emerson, know nothing about Emerson, come. It will be an enlightening class. We will talk about his writings and how they have influenced Ernest Holmes and the religious science movement. So I will be facilitating that. There's more information on the website. If you have any questions, just email the CCL office. And all of our upcoming events and classes can be found on the website. If you look under events, you'll see all the upcoming things. And I just bring your attention to the fact that next month, Reverend Jerry Troyer will be joining us in person. So the last time we had Jerry, he was on Zoom, but he is graciously coming in person to talk with us in July. Anyone that wants prayer, needs prayer, please call the office or email the office or contact any of the practitioners. That is what we are here for. We are here for you. On behalf of the Stewardship Council, we would like to express our gratitude for your time, your talent, your treasures, and your generous giving during our these last challenging days and months and years, really. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. And as presented in the 2022 budget, the CCL Stewardship Council has put forth a $9,000 fundraising budget, $3,000 which we have already reached. So if anybody has any kind of fundraising ideas, please forward them to the church office. No fundraising idea is too small. And speaking of fundraisers, Haji, if you are still with us, we'd like you to talk a little bit about the Love Orphanage fundraiser that happened on Thursday.
Yes, I'm still here and I'd love to share. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Wow. What an incredible event Thursday night. And I know many of you in the room right here were there Thursday. And I see that Kathy Milano is here as well. So I want to give her a shout out because she really was the orchestrator behind this event, which was part of the Be a Difference Maker program, which supports education for the children at Love Orphanage. And it was just extraordinary. Norman, thank you again for lending your musical talents. And this was our first in-person fundraiser since 2019, so over 3 years. And it was filled with so much love and joy and generosity and support and caring. And so many of you helped in that. And we raised over $4,500 as well, which is amazing, more than we expected. So I want to extend my gratitude, my appreciation for this community, because so many of you in consciousness, in prayer, in donations, in support have been a part of the Love Orphanage family for many, many years. And so I deep bow for all of your love and support. And Kathy, I don't know if you want to add anything, but it was extraordinary. And we are so grateful.
Ditto. Thank you so much. This is a big community that has supported us. And now these kids will go to technical school. And so we've got 2 Be a Difference Maker programs. And so thanks so much for your support and love.
It was a beautiful event. I was grateful to be able to be there and watch it all unfold. It was quite extraordinary. Thank you for all the work that you guys do. And some other opportunities to support CCL. The Kindness Ambassador, Ms. Holly Myers, is continuing her activities in the Moorestown area. And so she's asking for a call for volunteers. Anyone of the BIPOC members or anyone else who wants to help Holly and share the message of love and community and diversity, equity, inclusion, kindness. Holly is asking for some volunteers that will be needed for Saturday, June 18th, as part of the Juneteenth celebration and for the 4th of July parade as well. So if any of you are interested, you can either contact the office or contact Holly directly. Holly, if you can put your contact information in a chat, that would be great. We remind you that Marty is running the Bring Your Plastic Bags to Church initiative. We have a flyer that's attached into our weekly newsletter on which plastics you can bring. So bring them to church. And let's see, we also have a community activity with Reverend Jackie Walden. She is sponsoring a healing concert with Nada Boyne, who is a singer-songwriter who is half Dutch and half Persian. And she quotes herself as saying, "I think this name was given to me for a reason. With my music and voice liberation work, I hope to bring people back in touch with their own inner voice that is always present, reminding us how loved, whole, and innocent we truly are." I think that's going to be a great event. So you can check out the newsletter for tickets, or you can contact Reverend Jackie. And having said all of that, I will ask Norman Taylor to sing the peace song for us.
I'm going to do my best. I usually start singing this and then I just play it. So here we go. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as our power, family
thank you, Norman, again. And we just take this moment to honor all that has gone before us today, all of the love and power and passion and consciousness that has delivered itself in this space within each and every one of us today. We are this truth, we are this love, we are this passion, we are this power, we are this wholeness that brings forward from itself tenderness, kindness, joy, compassion, and care for one another. We go out into the world knowing that we are fully empowered, fully strengthened in that love, that we are carrying the multitudes of consciousness all around us, the entire universe with us as we say yes or no, as we speak truth, as we care for one another, and as we settle in our own peace, our own equanimity, in our sovereignty within ourselves, treating each other and all as the oneness that we truly are. Bless this day, this service, this moment, and your life, knowing that all who are in any kind of worry, doubt, suffering, or pain of any kind, that we see beyond circumstances and know that all are uplifted in this moment into the pure consciousness and the divine perfection, the radiant light of who we all truly are. And so it is.
Beautiful. So if you could join with me in saying the concluding affirmation, you can unmute yourself if you would like to, and we can say this together. Something wonderful is happening
to me right now.
It is
It
this
is
thing
this
called
thing
life.
called life.
Life is
Life is in my body.
My body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my feelings.
Life is in my
Life,
all
all my activities.
my activities.
I receive
Receive
it.
it.
I receive
I share
it.
it.
I share it.
I am it.
I am it.
I am
I
it.
accept it.
I
I
accept
accept
it.
the way that it
Who
is.
it is.
Thank you, life.
You like
And accepting all these gifts,
we
we
say
say
yes.
Yes.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
a beautiful
everybody.
service.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Take
Have
care.
a great day.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Hi,
Norman.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
practitioners. Thank you, ministers. Thank you, everyone who's contributed today.
Thank you. It
Linda.
was wonderful.
Congratulations, Heidi.
Hi, Tim.
Great service.
Hi,
Sarah,
Jim.
Jim. Hi, June.
Hi, Catherine.
Beautiful.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Peggy. Hi, Linda.
Hi,
Hi,
Kathy.
everybody.
Hi, it's so beautiful to see all of you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Love you
Thanks,
all.
Cody.
And
Okay.
imagine we
Have a
can see
great
each
day.
other at noon.
You can see each other at noon.
Tuesday
Very
through
exciting.
Friday.
Very
Good
exciting.
day. Thank you. Thank you. I hope to see you there when you have a chance. I hope you will enjoy the experience and play full out. And when you come and you go and we get to see each other a little bit more, but please don't feel any like you have to. It's just really like we want to.
You can choose.
And how long will you be meeting for each day?
20 minutes, probably most. Yeah.
Oh, 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, just probably 15, 20, just seeing what wants to happen. But you never know what might happen because we've never done it before. So this is the idea. Now we're going to see what it is, right? Right,
Sounds
so,
perfect.
It emerges, yes.
yeah, because lots of wonderful ideas, and we have lots of things that people are asking us. And so we can talk about those at that time too, and what people are excited about and what you're in prayer about. So we can all hold it together and just miss praying with this community. Just praying in the quiet by myself doesn't always have that same feeling for me. So,
Mhm.
oh, hi, Linda. I didn't see you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Peggy. I didn't see you.
Quiet Sunday.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone who is
Bye.
leaving, and we're
Bye.
just
Love
staying
you all.
here for a
Love to
few
all of
minutes.
you.
Love you all.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you for enriching
Thank
my
you, Wayne.
life.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank
for
you,
your
Wayne.
service.
You're
Are you back?
welcome.
There he is, my pastoral support, my loving support, my partnership support.
Happy to be supporting in all ways today.
Thank you,
Hey.
John.
Great service. Good to see you all.
It was
Beautiful. And
extraordinary.
email me those rose pictures when you get a chance.
You don't
Ah,
have them
yes.
still? Oh,
You know, I need your email address.
I have
I'll,
it.
I'll get it from Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, gorgeous
All right.
roses.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye,
Au
Holly.
revoir.
Thank you. Hi, Holly. Thank you. More later with your beautiful, thank you for your email lesson. It's really helpful. So we could get it all included in the service today.
Yes, thanks so much, Marlene, for doing that.
Yeah, she did. She got it all in there. So yeah.
Hey,
So
everybody.
have a wonderful day, everyone. So much love to all of you. And Bill, you're still on screen, but that's probably because Marlene hasn't taken you off yet, I'm guessing. All right, Holly, I love
Oh,
you.
that's
Thank you.
That's the Marlene bill.
That's the
Yeah.
Marlene Bill. That is.
Hi, Bill. Very good.
Hi, Marlene. And I will say goodbye now, Holly, and we will check in another time. And maybe I'll see you on Tuesday. All right.
Yeah, good chance of it. Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.